Hello, 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 and welcome to the Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Cinco Bingo Tournament Summer 2021. I'm Halkery. I'm one of the head organizers of this event, and with me I have
Me, Cabin856. Hello, hello. So
very good.
today's match, we have two people from my group, actually. This is a group stage in the tournament, and we have Mountebank versus Cypress. So I have a personal vested interest in seeing how this race goes. You know, they say keep your friends close and your competition closer. But that aside, this is going to be probably a very close race. Because Cypress has been around for a while, and Mountebank is actually one of the... I think Monty won the first ever Crystal Cinco tournament, correct?
He won the second one. The first one we ever did was in 2017. Keysar ended up winning that. Then we did another one in 2018, and Mountebank did win that one.
So yeah, Monty is definitely a well-decorated runner. However, I actually did a casual race with him yesterday, and he was a bit rusty. So we'll see just how rusty he is, and see how close this race is going to be.
Oh, Mountebank is actually marked not ready, so I'm gonna go ahead and wait for him to ready up. He may have stepped away for a drink or something. It's no big deal. We are still very, very ahead of schedule. Only in part to the SpeedGaming staff here for innovating and streamlining the process of getting these races set up. So huge props to them.
Well, while we wait for our runners to ready up, let's talk a little bit about the card. On a first glance, the card seems fairly benign. We've got a few Pokeballs, but nothing too egregious. And interesting to note is we do have a bit of synergy with the combination of catch a Pokemon on the 9th floor of Tin Tower and Ho-Oh-Lugia, so we could just go to the 9th floor, catch a Pokemon there, then hop one floor up to the 10th, catch the static Ho-Oh, and basically get a 2-for-1 deal. Other things to note, we are going to be wanting a contest today because we have to win the bug catching contest, and we will be looking for something to status the Pseudo-Wudo early on.
Yeah, and there is some synergy on the card as well with catch a Pokemon on the 9th floor of Tin Tower into Ho-Oh-Lugia, because we do allow the static Pokemon that would be a Ho-Oh or Lugia to be caught for that, and Ho-Oh is at the top of Tin Tower on the 10th floor as well. Well, that's really all I had for synergy. That's good enough, honestly.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a lot of other synergistic goals. Most of them are just pretty much one-off and done deals. Finding a ghost type, you're done. Find a Charmeleon, Ivysaur, Wartortle.
Okay, Mountebank is ready, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the race time room.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's not a lot of Pokemon goals, but there definitely are a lot of somewhat tricky goals. What with the Sudowoodo and another one of my personal least favorite, finding a non-HM accuracy reducing move.
Yeah, there's not actually very many of those, sadly.
Yeah, there are only 5 of those in the game, I believe. Smokescreen, Octazooka, Mudslap, Sand Attack, and I'm forgetting one.
Kinesis. Kinesis, Mudslap, Octazooka, Sand Attack, Smokescreen.
Of course, the reason we specify a non-HM is because that goal would be guaranteed, because otherwise, is you could just climb Sprout Tower, get the Flash HM, which is also an accuracy reducing move, but for Bingo, that does not count.
Definitely. Okay, so our races are... Well, actually, Mountebank's going to be setting 11 p.m. To maybe go for a day rollover, while Cypress just set day 10, which is probably fine, because like we said, the only goal that requires any kind of day time preference is the bug catching contest, which you need to perform on Saturday. Or Tuesday or Thursday, but it's most optimal to go to Saturday.
Yeah. I am curious as to what Monty plans the day rollover for. Perhaps he wants to get a Sunday TM?
Yeah.
Not
Well,
that I see a
did
particular
he set Saturday?
Probably did.
Oh dear. Seems like we missed that. Oh well, we'll see if he gets to the contest under an hour or over an hour.
Well,
That'll be
let's
the.
take a look at our amazing starters. We have a Christmas bird, a giraffe, and service fish.
So he's taking draft. Yeah, they're both taking draft.
Yeah, well, Giraffe Rig is on the card, so it does make the logical choice. In a parallel universe, Delibird could also have been on the card, but it's not too often that we see two starters both be on the card at the same time.
Yeah, not today.
So Giraffe Rig is one of those Pokemon that can be runnable with a good enough moveset. It gets the stab normal, which is pretty convenient. And we actually see a very good moveset on that. Good enough. It was Drill Peck, it was Hidden Power, which could make or break the viability.
Oh, it has Sketch!
Yeah, and Sketch is the big thing.
If they can get Body Slam on that, ooh.
And Body Slam or any good normal stab, and that is
Or
a very
Psychic.
runnable Giraffe. But yeah, I would definitely say, depending on what the Hidden Power type is, it would change everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even know if they're gonna try to switch to another main. I don't know if it's even worth it.
If I were these runners, I would definitely run the Giraffe.
Well, maybe Cypress, because Cypress is a female giraffe.
Maybe. I would definitely check the Hidden Power type, though.
Mountebank with a very strange buy. He bought 9 Pokeballs and 3 potions, I think.
Similar to my buy, I prefer Pels over Potions, but we do see some normal types, what with the Snubble and the Spearow now. We do need to be looking out for normal types, as 7 normal types is hiding up there in the corner.
Quite right. I don't think Tangela is actually on our card anymore. I know it was. I don't believe it is anymore.
Now, what I'm actually curious of is, I don't think either of them have used a Hidden Power yet.
No, yeah, you definitely have to experiment with that and kind of roll things out until you eventually stumble upon the right type.
Yeah, personally, I prefer having that information sooner rather than later, because if it's not a good type, then I gotta know I gotta be looking for a good main. If I tend to find if you wait until you're already fighting, say, the first required trainer, then sometimes it could be too late.
Yeah, definitely. And like, right now they need to be determining whether the draft has good enough coverage to last them long term, because this is a marathon run, not a sprint. And if that, if that hidden power type does not contribute to their coverage at all, they need to either get rid of it or, do something. But yeah, like you said.
Yeah, good types that would complement flying well would probably be
That
someone...
okay. So Mountebank's hidden power was super effective on Sunflora. So that means it is either ice, fire, or a bug, or
Poison.
Flying, or poison. Narrowed it down to 5 types.
If it's flying, then that is really bad for him.
And that's really unfortunate. So
And poison would also be particularly poor. Ice would be the best of those options. Although fire would also be equally as good, I would say. Maybe a bit worse, but maybe a bit better actually. Fire would allow you to hit Skarmory super effectively.
Lantern has a really good super hidden power. That's really strange, actually. I'm pretty sure
gets hidden power.
Okay, so it's super effective on Lantern, so I guess it's what? Did we forget something?
I'm going based on what you said.
It was super effective on Sunflora. And it was also super effective on Lantern.
I mean, the only things super effective against Lantern are grass and ground.
Oh, he used... Oh, okay, I messed up. He did not use Hidden Power on Sunflora.
So yeah, grass or ground. Both of those are actually pretty...
So,
heavy.
I know Septros has been... he's quite the memer. And one day he did make... he did make a inverse battle ROM and kind of prank me with it. And I was kind of worried in the back of my mind that we may have been pranked once again, but no, I think I just misunderstood.
Wouldn't that be the trick of the century?
Because Septros generated all the ROMs for the tournament, or I think he generated all of them except for the ones for his group.
At any rate, we see Growl was learned at level 7 by the draft rig, which does not at all help for coverage, so we're gonna have to hope we can sketch something good. So if I were Monty, I would probably definitely hope for grass coverage, because grass would let you hit those rock ground types, especially just those rock types.
Cypress is very interested in this Wigglytuff. Is it on the card?
Normal types are.
I suppose. Yeah, I don't think Cypress is very interested in finding out what his hidden power is. I guess he gave his starter a berry.
Now Monty's actually, I've never actually seen somebody shop a second time in Violet, or sorry.
Yeah, he probably made a mistake when he went the first time and bought too many Pokeballs, that's what I imagine. Yeah, he's kind of committed to the draft at this point.
Well, we're basically tied heading into the first trainer. We'll see if the hidden power coverage actually matters. It won't for the Spinnerack, but
yeah, we'll see if we can actually bait Cypress into using hidden power. Ooh, maybe for Slowking.
We might. No, just drill pecking it.
I mean, yeah, this will narrow it down. Okay, so it's a ground type hidden power. That's actually really good.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It does leave him particularly walled against a few certain things.
Right, like Skarmory.
Yeah, Skarmory, Aerodactyl, and Zapdos.
Right. But, you know, all he needs is one good move off of that sketch, and he's good to go. But now he knows exactly what type that is, or if he's been paying attention, he knows. So he knows not to sketch like an Earthquake or something, because he doesn't necessarily need that. Although that would be nice, but, you know, I think his coverage is more important.
Now, what I would be curious about is trying to deduce the power, roughly. Which is generally a lot harder, but we do have Wing Attack, which is...
Ooh, there's a Fanpy for Mountebank. Okay, he's not gonna catch it to not give it away. Very smart.
Yes. It is a lot harder to deduce where Pokemon are found early on, usually, but... with both of them blitzing...
Ooh, yeah, and Cypress did not get an encounter on 31, so that is completely hidden. Unless they get info later. Oh, I did miss that, actually. Good catch, Garf.
Yeah, sketching Thrash, I mean, it's good. It's a very good move, but...
Right. You do have to worry about, you know, the confusion after a certain amount of turns, but he did pick up a Bitter Bear on Route 31, so what some people like to do when they are, you know, given Outrage or Thrash is, you know, just slap on that Bitter Berry and you basically have a free, unpunished usage of Thrash. Mountebank getting hit by Zap Cannon, that's really unfortunate. But he got through the Apom perfectly fine. I don't know if he's going to go to the center yet or not.
I would imagine. You don't usually pick up the Paralyzed Berry yet.
Yeah, he's out of there. He's going to go take another Mart visit.
Maybe no, he did actually hover over Sketch. Almost accidentally sketched a Zap Cannon, which could have been potentially devastating, but...
That's the first time I've ever seen somebody leave the gym and instead of go to the center to heal, they went to the Mart and bought a heal for whatever they were afflicted with.
Same. It is faster than the center, though.
Yeah, probably. It costs a little bit more, but in-game game corner Pokemon are on the card. So you definitely need to weigh in your, you know, money usage with, you know, time.
Now, I'm actually quite curious, because Cypress is using Drill Peck when Thrash would be a significantly better move against the Apom.
Yeah, and this is just the 9, right? Like, you know, once it's gone, the fight's over.
Thrash is just, like, Drill Peck is, they're both base power 80, right? So...
I think Thrash might be 90.
Yeah, and Thrash is also Stab, so...
Okay, he's gonna go ahead and thrash. Oh, he get hit by Zap Cannon too. As long as he's not fully paralyzed. All right, cool. We're good.
That's a rock slide. I would actually be tempted to sketch that if I were Monty.
Yeah, he hasn't made that commitment yet. That does actually unwall him from all three of the problem Pokemon. Skarmory. Well, it doesn't completely unwall him from Skarmory because Skarmory still has absurd special or physical defense.
Oh no!
Oh. Okay, so yeah, the fact that's not really that bad. I know it sounds weird, but it's maybe. Oh no, it's the fact that he's cursing that makes it really, really tough.
Yeah, that is a curse. Drill Peck Ho-Oh. You definitely need Rock Slide for that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's hard to call it a misplay because he didn't know that there'd be a cursed Drill Peck Ho-Oh coming.
Yeah,
but
I also wouldn't call it a misplay. Just okay, Rock Slide is good, but what if I get something better? I guess it would be a bit of a greed play, but.
Yeah, definitely he's getting greedy because Rock Slide can miss, although it is the best rock move. Oh, and there we go. He's learning. He's adapting. I thought he had passed Rock Slide, like beaten the trainer before, but luckily he was still on this trainer.
But still, Cypress. Cypress has to get through that somehow, and Cypress does not have the option anymore.
Yeah, that is a dead Ho-Oh. Ooh, not quite. Oh, but he did get the flinch. Very good. Very, very good, adaptation and overcoming from Mountebank. It is possible, like, if you don't think of a way out, to just get walled in this for a very, very long time. But luckily he did, preserve his sketch and utilize it to where he could, save himself a lot of headache and time.
But the thing is, it's also really hard to say if sketching Thrash was a mistake, because, like,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it is. It's not the best move he could have sketched.
Yeah. I think, honestly, the biggest mistake is not figuring out what hidden power type you have.
Yeah, did he just use hidden power on?
He just used it on the Ho-Oh, and it did a very minuscule amount of damage.
But was it not very effective or regularly effective?
It was neutral. It was neutral, and it did very little. So it's got to be like base 30 or 40. So it's not rock, not water, not electric, not ground, not fighting, not bug, not steel. So what could it be? Could be hidden power psychic, although I don't think it is based on how little damage it did. Could be ghost, could be dark. Could be ice.
Fire resists steel, right?
Correct. Or
okay,
dragon.
I have it narrowed down. Oh wait, fire does not resist dragon. Dragon resists fire, it's the other way around. I have it narrowed down to normal, flying, poison, psychic, ice, dragon, dark, ghost. I almost said fairy, but that's not quite a thing yet.
Also, fire resists fairy, so.
True, it's not fairy. I can cross that off my list. Very good.
But still, that's quite the laundry list. But
oh yeah, and hidden power cannot be normal. That's right. So it's flying, poison, psychic, ice, dragon, ghost, or dark.
I'm inclined to say it's a special, just because of how little damage it did.
Yeah, Ho has like 154 special defense, which is ridiculous.
Now, fortunately, Cypress did find a revival herb, so was able to take it down with the help of Thrash. Sometimes those pinch items can really save you.
Right, as long as he didn't, stay there for too long. I think that was still a pretty okay Falconer.
Yeah, you're still 15. You're 2 minutes behind Septros, and you had to face the Drill Peck Ho-Oh. It didn't even use Curse on Septros.
Oh, you mean Mountebank?
Yeah. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Septros was in the previous race. But Mountebank now, actually, he's a full city ahead in full Union Cave. I didn't actually see if he picked up the Union Tam or what it was. I was too busy calculating hidden power types.
Same.
But, looks like he's making his way through pretty well. It is, part of it is because he was fortunate enough to get a male giraffe, where Cypress is running a female. For those that are not aware, I don't think we've explained it yet, but the Pokemon's gender in this game is determined by their attack DV, and it is based on their gender ratio. So for a Pokemon with a 50-50 gender ratio, if the Pokemon has a 8 to 15 attack DV, it is male, and if it is a 1 through 7 or 0 through 7, it is female. And it is skewed based on, you know, whether it's more likely to be male or more likely to be female. So like things that are more likely to be male will have more values that attribute it to male than female.
Now, interesting to see there, we saw the Girafarig learn Sand Attack. Now, the Girafarig does have a spare move slot. Wing Attack is completely useless when you have a Drill Peck, but...
right, he's going to have to hold that on his moveset until he finds something else, but
yeah.
I don't think it's that bad. I think his moveset's fine.
Yeah, for the time being, it is pretty fine, but you still always want to have 4 moves if possible. And Hidden Power is never the best move to rely on.
That's not a very good Hidden Power. That's a Slugma.
Actually, I was going to say it's pretty decent that it almost O-code. Hidden Power can be anywhere from base 30 power to base 60 power in this, or 70 in this gen.
I feel like even a base 40 would have killed Slugma, but maybe I'm overestimating.
Again, there's basically no way to know.
Yeah, you really only can eyeball it. I mean, luckily it was good enough to kill Vulpix on this trainer with 3 Pokemon.
Yeah, and you might want to compare it to Drill Peck, but the thing is, Drill Peck is actually, because it's a flying type move, and we've already defeated Falconer, Drill Peck is actually going to be 12.5% times stronger because of Badge Boost. So Drill Peck is now, that would make Drill Peck a base 90 power move. And, oh no! Well, fortunately we do have Rock Slide for this Zapdos, otherwise we could be in another terrible position. But that Zapdos is still a 3-shot. Fortunately, it opted for Solar Beam, so...
Oh wow, Cypress, maybe I'm just wrong because of, you know, how many fights Mountebank has done, but it looks like he caught up like to Mountebank's position really quickly.
I think Monty is still a solid 2 minutes ahead.
Yeah, sounds about right. Okay, so Mountebank is going left twin. I don't think we've explained it yet this stream, but these twins actually, in the vanilla game, it's meant to simulate a double battle, and they do have the exact same team but mirrored, where basically the girl you talk to sends out their Pokemon first, and then the other girl sends out their Pokemon. But the way the game does it internally is that they are 2 separate trainers. So when you throw it into a randomizer, they do end up having 2 completely different teams. So there is a potential for 2 different sets of info for Mountebank and Cypress, should Cypress go right.
So I don't know if you saw that, but Cypress taught over Hidden Power for Sand Attack.
I mean, I don't disagree with it.
When you have Wing Attack and Drill Peck, though.
Yeah, I mean, but that just makes, like, more PP. I don't know. I'm sure he had a reason for it. We could probably ask him about it in the post-game.
Maybe, but, like, Hidden Power can really be important coverage. We still never knew what Cypress's Hidden Power was.
Yeah, we didn't that far really.
So now Cypress really has to hope that we don't run into a strong physical wall, like a rock or a steel type. Otherwise, Cypress is going to be in a big trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, because at the very minimum, it was like, you know, something to at least throw at a steel type, where, you know, normal and flying is not the play. Yeah, that sketched Rock Slide is it's coming in clutch.
Yeah.
No, the Zapdos has Flail. Oh, this is gonna hurt if he...
Should be fine if he can just hit through confusion.
I don't know what happened with the Mountebank stream.
Well, Cypress has made it through the well, broke through the confusion, and shortly will be entering into the gym.
Okay, Mountebank is back. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But I think he does still have that revival herb that that Cypress has already used. He did go right twin. Okay, so we will see a difference of info here. I think they may be refreshing the streams, maybe. So we may not get to see what that right twin is, unfortunately.
It's a good thing that Monty has the revival herb, because yeah, this Wobbuffet's bulky, and if it can status you with poison or something, it could be a problem.
Okay, we know the second Pokemon is Wartortle. Is that on? It is! It actually is!
Yeah.
Okay, so Cypress getting some exclusive info from going right twin that Mountebank will not have because he did choose to go left side. Now, it is, you know, a complete 50-50 crapshoot. Neither could have info, both could have info. You know, it's just, you know, it's one way or the other, unfortunately. There's no way to standardize that.
It's just a gamble. Some people prefer right twin for memes, but at any rate, it will help offset the exclusive Fampy information that Monty currently has.
Right, I'm not sure it's quite as powerful as that because corner goals are way more valuable than, you know, a regular horizontal vertical goal. But I mean, I don't want to say it's a free row because we still haven't seen the Hitmon. Yeah, we haven't seen Mantine Skarmory either yet, so at the moment it doesn't do a whole lot for his pathing. I think somebody used Glare. I believe so, yeah.
Glare was the TM.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty powerful hidden power ground, I'd say. Lantern's bulky.
Yeah, well, it didn't even do half, and it's 3 levels higher, and it's more specially. But I was going to say it's actually pretty weak. I would say it's around 50. 40,
I think it's
40,
probably more than that because Drafrig's attack is not even that good. It's like 85.
Maybe. Hard to say. It certainly isn't the lowest, but it certainly isn't very high.
It's good enough.
Yeah, good enough if it's super effective.
Yeah, I do think with the moveset Monty has, that is the only circumstance he would use it in is super effective. Fortunately, it's just a very fortunate position to be in where you have a move that you don't really need to use unless it's super effective.
We have a stare down between Cypress and this Wobbuffet. Now, we did see that the Wobbuffet had Psywave. Psywave is probably one of the worst moves you can see on something like a Wobbuffet with very low attacking stats, because Psywave is anywhere from 1 damage to 1.5 your level damage, so could seriously hurt if he gets a high roll.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Cypress' stream on our side because his stream is still going perfectly fine on his Twitch page. Once again, they may be just refreshing the streams. I'm not sure.
Now, at one point we did see Mountebank get poisoned, so not entirely sure what poisoned him, but Cypress seems to have gotten past, maybe actually. It's also possible he could have wiped in his fighting rival for levels.
Ooh, we didn't see it on stream, but I'm watching his feed now. He taught Glare to Drafrig, presumably to inflict a non-volatile status condition to Sudowoodo.
Presumably, which I suppose is something, yeah. Usually you can just kind of throw any Pokemon at it and hope for like a 1 in 4 or 2 in 4 that the pseudo just uses a non-damaging.
It's really strange. Like he has a webcam on his stream, and right after he taught it, he looked kind of disappointed. Maybe it was an accident. I'm not really sure. I'm not actually sure. We'll have to see how that plays out.
Cypress.
Oh, we do see it here. Okay, he taught it after the fight. Okay.
Yeah, Cypress seems to have wiped to the Lantern.
Oh, that's a very unfortunate. Okay. Ooh, okay, is a smoochum. That means absolutely nothing. No babies, no jinx on the card, no, ice types if we ever had that goal.
All it is a TM50.
Right, it is TM50. Yep, that is on the card. Oh, there's Polyrath. Is he in contest or is he just a national park?
He is in contest. So hopefully Cypress is able to pay attention and metagame that, hey, Polyrath is in the contest.
I think he can win with this. I'm not sure about weakening it. I mean, I'm sure Mountebank knows exactly what the deal is with this because the very popular bug catching calculator that we use to calculate percentage, I'm pretty sure was developed by Mountebank. So he's probably very, very familiar with percentages and how they work.
Actually, been having some trouble with the calculator lately.
Yeah, he still won. Alright, cool.
But yeah, Polyrath is definitely good enough. And in my experience, weakening a Pokemon at most drops it by like 3 or 4% probability.
Yeah, the current HP is just probably the most important factor in determining whether something wins the bug catching contest. So it is a little scary anytime you see HP being reduced. He was probably using the calculator and like dragged the HP bar down and saw like how it changed or something, because that is another feature of the calculator.
I see Monty immediately going into fighting the trainers in National Park.
Yeah, not a bad idea, especially just to get yourself some levels for the late game.
Yeah, and you are almost certainly doing top left, bottom right. At this point, all you need is a status on pseudo, and you have a glare TM, so it's basically a free line.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to teach that directly to Draft Rig. Depending on
I would teach it to Kenya, probably.
Yeah, the only problem is Kenya is a smoochum. Oh no, he's got a new Polyrath friend he can teach it to.
Yeah, that too.
What does he can teach it over? Ooh, that's a move for sure.
Headbutt over drill. Both our runners are making, as I would call, dubious decisions.
Yeah, Drill Peck is it's definitely widely considered to be the best flying move in the game. And they've both foregone it for headbutt, or for normal moves, or just of the other moves. Which I guess is fine, because I'm sure Mountebank was going to teach strength over something anyway. And maybe he just feels, Drill Peck is not as necessary.
Maybe.
I don't know, maybe, because like for grass types and bug types, he probably can kill them with headbutt anyway, especially when it's a 105 base power stab.
Yes, but still, drill peck, if it's super effective, would be effectively 180 power.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on your side. I'm just trying to.
But then again, what else would you teach headbutt over? Honestly, probably Rock Slide, maybe.
Yeah, Rock Slide has actually been his saving grace, though. We don't know if that hoe is ever going to show up again, but he needs it in case.
True. It's like Rock Slide is good, and you absolutely have to keep the hidden power.
Cypress is having a really rough time with contest. And no, he's not dead yet. He's got one more chance.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I would consider teaching it over a sand attack, but it really is there really is no good play, I would say. Now Cypress actually, hold up, I'm trying to figure out what Cypress did. Cypress saw
Cypress died.
Oh, okay, died to the Polyrath.
Yes. Now we have Mountebank stream going down again, or at least on our side. I believe it's fine on his end.
Now, things we have seen the Golem on one of the National Park trainers, so that gives us column 4.
Correct. If you have enough money. The Game Corner pokes in total cost 48,000 Poké-Dollars to afford. That will win.
Yeah, 100%.
You could probably bring that down to half and still win.
Oh, easily, easily.
Unless it's like the world's greatest scyther or something.
Now, if we do climb Tin Tower, that also gives us column 3 and row 5.
Very good. Okay.
And then we just need to find one more row, which I don't see off the top of my head. I think the most likely scenario is finding for Kadabra for row 2.
Mountebank is burned in this fight, and all of his moves are physical. It's not great. That's Mantine info, though.
Yeah, Mantine.
Yeah, I believe he saved before Whitney, so he's gonna go ahead and just reset.
Mantine with normals would give Monty the other diagonal. And that would be a path. We could also open 2 Chambers and Ruins of Alph for row 1.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. I'm sure Mountebank has played this game enough casually to know how to open those chambers. But just in case, before the race, I sent both racers the goal clarification guide. Just, as a token of fairness, because I understand there are some new goals that our racers may not be familiar with. Probably start that as a habit for any race going forward.
Now, for Cypress, who lacks the Fampi Teddiursa info but has the War Turtle info, I don't see a particular path because, yeah, Fampi Teddiursa Monty can use for 2 bingos, but the War Turtle can only be used for 1 bingo.
Yeah, Mountebank's stream is fine. I'm not sure what issue we're having with it. Maybe it is costing a lot to keep the card as non-updated as it is, which we do appreciate. I've noticed throughout this race, the goals have been marked after we've seen the players obtain them, which is really, really good.
Now, it looks like Monty's actually probably going to go buy a Water Stone and maybe check some TMs. Or just buy full heals. Personally, I actually try to avoid shopping in Goldenrod, if at all possible, because of the places to shop,
it's slow.
Yeah,
it's so slow. Yes, Snowbear, looks like in this race so far, from what I've seen, the goals are being marked after we see the players obtain them, which is very good. Like, the card has the proper delay.
Honestly, at this point, if I were Monty, looking at what I know on the card, I would actually sacrifice column 4. I would teach Surf over Sand Attack for extra coverage, and just not have to worry about buying 3 Game Corner Pokemon, and then just do the other 5 lines that I can do. Of course, I would check to see where the Golem info is first, and the Mantine, but other than that...
Yeah, so Mountebank and Cypress's streams have frozen on our end, but they are still going on their end. Okay, Cypress is back, and Mountebank should be back shortly.
Yeah, because I would definitely argue that buying 3 Game Corner Pokemon, because, like, it's not a particularly fast goal. If you have the money on hand, okay, you still have to fight, what, one trainer, pick up the coin case, buy the money, buy the pokes, deposit things to have room to buy the pokes. It's several minutes. And if you don't have the money, then you have to pick up a lot of extra items to get the money, especially if you don't have, say, an amulet coin, so... Yeah, I would actually definitely teach over Sand Attack. Dex, teach over Sand Attack. And,
yeah, so just to give you guys an idea of where the stream is in relative to the racers, Mountebank is in Ecruteak City.
But yeah, we will try and keep you informed as we go through these slight freeze frame slideshows. Monty has statused the pseudo. We don't exactly know what the pseudo is or how he statused it, but he apparently has done so. Meanwhile, Cypress is facing the Mantine of Doom. With or without the Doom. And speaking of Doom, that's a Mewtwo. You always have to be scary when you see a Mewtwo. Fortunately, the level difference is such that it's not exactly threatening yet.
Okay, Cypress has defeated Whitney. He is just a little bit behind Mountebank. He does have glare on his main, so I don't believe non-volatile status condition pseudo Budo would be very hard. We didn't actually get to see how Mountebank did it. I reckon he did it with glare, but that's Kadabra info.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Because, I actually realized we have Ho-Oh info, so it's not actually necessary to climb Tin Tower. And if you can skip Tin Tower, that's 5 minutes saved, basically. But, yeah, Road 2 could also be definitely viable. And
right, in case a lot of this, like, we say, oh, that's good, he has this now, he has this now. But these things could just not exist at all. Like, aside from Phantom City or something, we don't know where any of these goals are.
It's always important to Dex. And, honestly, when you're in this sort of situation, I would like to Dex things sooner rather than later to get the knowledge to be able to route ahead of time.
Cypress is going to go down here and get the coin case. Maybe check what the game corner pokes are really quickly. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go ahead and open up a category so I can keep tabs on both the racers. But okay, looks like Mountebank is back and he is in Burn Tower. Rival 3, very, very scary fight. He's just a higher level than you are really prepared for at this point.
Now we do see Cypress, he did glare the Sand Shrew, so no real troubles there. And Monty did teach Surf, probably over Rock Slide if I had to guess.
Yeah, that will definitely solve his fire issue. It doesn't really solve his Ho issue because, 154 special defense doesn't really care about Surf. But it makes it better, pretty much universally, because he's not very likely to see another Ho-Oh.
Yeah, and at this point you also have access to potions, revives, healing. We do get the return of Thunder Lantern, though, which does paralyze. I expect Cypress to teach Surf over Glare, and that should also significantly solve Cypress's coverage issues. Fortunately, there actually have not been a lot of Rock or Steel types, so Cypress was not exactly punished for having a normal flying coverage.
Okay, Mountebank gonna check into the Ecruteak Pokemon Center. Ideally, you'd avoid this if you can, because this is a pretty lengthy cutscene involving Bill. But what this does for him now that he's done it, is if he goes back to Goldenrod City and goes past the Golden Game Corner, there's a house there, and Bill will be there, and he has a static Pokemon to deliver. So that could end up being on the card or something. So we'll see.
We're now going to be entering the Ghost Gym, finding a Gengar, which is on the card, a Ghost-type Pokemon. So at this point, we have info actually on every single Pokemon on the card. The between the two runners, we still have the exclusive info of Monty having Phanpy info and Cypress having Wartortle info, but
Cypress is actually nexting now.
actually,
Golem was in Dark Cave. Ho-Oh was Route 34. I didn't see where anything else was. Kadabra, Route 34 as well. That could be good. You can, like, you know, bulk hunt. Mantine. Mischievous. Route 33. Why Mischievous?
It is a Ghost type, and Cypress has not found the Gengar yet.
Is Ghost type on the card?
Yes, it is. We have an excellent still frame of Monty. Lost in the...
He's having trouble. He needs assistance.
he got lost in Lavender Tower.
Okay, I found Ghost type. Finally. I was looking at it for legitimately minutes and I couldn't find it. Wartortle is Olivine City. Now, usually when you look at the cities, you see, oh, that has 3 water slots, but Olivine City actually has 2 maps for water. The regular city and the harbor where the SS Aqua is.
So based on the info that we have, actually, the lack of Mantine existing actually severely hinders Cypress. So at this point, Cypress... Oh yeah, because we don't have Hitmon info, so... Without Mantine, I would wager that Cypress actually does not have a path. Yeah, based on the goals missing. Phanpy, Teddiursa...
Well, Mantine is doable. Whirl Island sucks, yes, but Dex Area Beep makes it doable.
Yeah, we do have a feature called Dex Area Beep in this new rendition of the Randomizer. And how it works is you can go to a route or a floor in a cave or tower or building and check the Pokedex. And if you hear beep, 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 then the Pokemon is on that floor. So it makes finding Pokemon in places such as Tin Tower, Burn Tower, Slowpoke Well, Ice Path, all those places with multiple floors that would otherwise be lengthy checks. You can just narrow it down to 7 or 10 slots pretty much immediately. However, the one caveat of Meme Islands, however, is that Meme Islands just sucks. There's a lot of floors, it's in the dark, you have to get Whirlpool to even enter, and it's kind of really confusing to navigate and to even find all the floors, so...
Yeah, I don't know if you said it, but you do have to fight Price as well.
Yeah, so Meme Islands is probably the worst place that is still obtainably doable. The only place worse could arguably be Dragon's Den.
Oh yeah, because you actually have to defeat Claire to get there.
But even then, Dragon's Den is not in the dark, and I would wager that the vast majority of our runners, even high-level ones, cannot do all of Meme Islands, Whirl Islands in the dark. Since we do have a goal, catch a Pokemon in Lugi's room, but that is considerably easier than navigating the large forest. Since do you remember
you guys can't see it, but Cypress was checking for the roamer. Oh, actually, we'll see it right here now that his stream is back.
But yes, at any rate, Monty's heading to Olivine. Cypress is going to be looking for the roamer, and if he finds it, let's see a potential main switch. Now, personally, I'm not actually too fond of roamer strats. It just takes a bit of time, and especially when there's no need. Because I would say that the draft rig is good enough.
Maybe actually he heard a cry that he really wanted to catch.
Yeah, that is the only
I
possibility.
probably can look and see if there's anything worth catching. Not that I can see. No, none of them are very important. The only thing is one of them's a poison type. That's it. I mean, the roaming ones are actually very, very scary Pokemon, but maybe it was just a main switch he was looking for.
Andy, what are they?
Tyranitar and Venusaur.
My goodness. Well, Monty's picked up strength and is now surfing away to Chuck's gym. Meanwhile, Cypress has seen a ghost, and that's the last we've seen of Cypress so far.
He might die to that burn if he doesn't kill this next thing in one shot. Yeah, he's dying to the burn. It's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
It sounded like Mountebank reset, but I think his stream just froze.
Yeah, that's also what it looked like. I was like, did Monty just reset after? But there's no reason to reset there. The chat is asking, is there a Discord for the Pokemon Crystal Randomizer? There is, actually. We have a public Discord for the Crystal Cinco Bingo, which I don't have the link on hand.
I got it.
Meanwhile, I suppose this seems like a good opportunity. Let's shout out our runners, Mountebank and Cypress. Feel free to give them a follow, because they are putting on a spectacular race despite the technical difficulties. And of course, feel free to follow my co-commentator Halk, who's done quite a lot of work in organizing and helping this tournament get off the ground. And if you feel like it, you can also follow myself too. And let's shout out SpeedGaming, our hosts.
Yes, I went ahead and posted. That's the Bingo Discord link. Anyone in there can really. We have a channel literally in there dedicated to asking for races, asking questions, and everyone's really very supportive and helpful, I think. So definitely, if you're interested in giving us a try, there's no better place to start than there.
So at this point, Cypress is essentially a full gym behind Monty, so it is going to be pretty difficult for Cypress to catch up. It really just depends on if Pokemon exist, but at this rate, Monty does have the much better exclusive information, so I would say Monty has a significant edge so far.
Yeah, that Fampi is actually crucial. Like, he was so wise for, not giving that away. It ended up mattering so much. Now, you can't guarantee there's going to be, like, no Fampi info, but the fact that there hasn't been has been really, really beneficial to him.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I actually think that there was a Teddiursa a while back. I just remembered.
I don't know, actually.
That is actually confirming. There was, in fact, Teddiursa info. So that does give Cypress a path again, I believe. Which means, depending on certain infos, that Wartortle info could actually be important. The Wartortle at the moment is not useful, as we do lack the Hitmon info, or useful
50 Chuck with a giraffe and win contest in Four Trainers National Park is really, really good, actually.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It was a starter, so we didn't have to catch a Pokemon in the wild, so that does help significantly. But at any rate, we are in now the cleanup phase for Monty, in which we have to turn the little information we do have and the few gold we've stumbled into 5 Cinco Bingos. Which, if you think about it, would be 25 lines, and that's maybe a bit too many, so how about we just cut it down to 5?
Good call. I'm gonna go ahead and actually neither of those streams are functioning right now, unfortunately.
Well, we can attempt to give a play-by-play, and hope it's accurate. At this point, Monty is probably heading towards the shiny Pokemon, which we don't know what it is, but it's a hop, skip, and a jump away from Route 42.
Is Twitch down? No. No way.
Meanwhile, Cypress is lost in the darkness.
Every time I try to reload their personal streams, I'm getting a network error. But Cypress' stream is up. That's really bizarre.
And there we see Monty at this point has a shiny Pokemon. Again, we don't know what the shiny Pokemon is, but Monty has it, and shortly he will probably be picking up TM36, which is a completely free TM. It's one of those easy goals, such like a TM50 and TM05. You can obtain it in the gatehouse where you would normally get mugged, but once you chase away Team Rocket, or in Vanilla, or talk to Lance in our Speed Choice ROM, that will set the flags, allowing you to pick up the TM36, which Vanilla contains Sludge Bomb. So other potential things that we could see Monty doing, we could see him dexing Pokemon, going for that Golem, because the Golem is in a particularly good spot. It's 2 lines which both are pretty convenient to be wanting to be able to be done. But we actually, I actually get a little bit spoiled because I'm in the Bingo Sync room, so I have no delay. We see that Monty is going to be heading after the Fampy Teddy Ursa, so he'll be heading back to route. It was 31, and we don't know the odds of it, but doesn't seem like he took a particular long time to find it. And speaking of, there it is. Murdering a Spearow. Not exactly the site I expected us to return to, but sometimes weakening Pokemon can be rather convenient.
Okay, we're gonna lose the video feed for a moment here. The tech team is trying to get the streams back up and running properly. I can actually still see them. I found a way to pull up both their streams. Just to give you a play-by-play until things are back in order. Mountebank is on Route 34. I think we established.
And we're back for the moment.
There's our bot friend.
So at the moment, there were several Pokemon on Route 34 that were rather important.
There is a hoe on Mountebank screen. Maybe not quite yet on the feed, but I'll go ahead and minimize the category, I guess. I'll leave it.
Yeah, either Monty is getting some really good luck, or these are actually pretty common. Usually we have an inside joke that all the Pokemon we want are always the 10%, and feels more often true than not sometimes, but...
Right, just to explain that, I did mention earlier that water slots have 3 encounters, but grass slots have 7. And they're divided 2 20s, 2 15s, 3 10s to equal 100%.
Now, at the moment, Cypress is actually making honestly, I would call this a mistake. Doing the 8 trainers in Lighthouse, which technically that does get you column 1 completion. However, I don't think column 1 is the play in this particular bingo. Because it is you do have the chance of getting extra info, say on Skarmory or a Hitmon. But you can always come back to this later, and after figuring out more of your route, because you know basically for certain that you're going to be doing, say, row 5. You're probably going to be doing either column 3 or column 4. Probably going to be doing row 1. So there's a lot of rows that we can probably do. So dedicating yourself to something so lengthy as 8 trainers in Lighthouse is not what I would recommend in this position. So, my memory is correct. I believe the other thing that was on Route 34 was the Golem.
I guess we'll see. I think Mountebank's done checking grass. Maybe he did get every slot.
I
mean, whether he did or didn't, he has checked 2 slots in the water, Vaporeon and Arcanine.
I believe we actually have seen 3 slots in the water now.
Oh, what was the third one?
I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was neither Arcanine nor Vaporeon.
Well, he left the water very, very quickly after that, so perhaps you're right. Oh, right, Bayleaf, right.
So based on what Monty's done so far, Monty doesn't honestly need a lot to finish. Monty's probably doing row 5, probably doing row 1, probably rows 1, 2, and 5 in columns 3 and 4. Actually, no, because Monty already has a top left, bottom right, so... Which one of those would you skip? Probably column 4, and you would skip the Game Corner Pokemon.
Yeah, if you can skip the Game Corner Poke, I recommend that. Game Corner Pokes is so expensive. Unless you start with an Amulet Coin, you're gonna have to scrounge for money.
And as I like to say, it is surprising how often catching Pokemon can, picking up items can take, how much long that takes. But anyway, let's talk about that roamer that Monty found.
Oh, he found the T-Tar roamer? I thought I saw a T-Tar on the screen.
Yeah, and gave Monty a bit of trouble, and actually, I think Cypress just wiped in the lighthouse, which is shocking.
Well, he fought one of the sailors, and it was an exploding bear.
Ah. This is
so maybe he left to go heal.
Yeah, this is always why you want to have revives on hand, if at all possible. Now, Monty did get confirmation that Kadabra is, in fact, on Route 34. It looks like it's probably the 7th slot. I think Monty's seen 6 of the slots at this point. So, slightly bad RNG, but it does give Cypress time to catch up. Which, at this point, if Cypress is committing to trainers in Lighthouse, then Cypress has to be going for column 1.
Mountebank is absolutely going for column 3. On my side, I see him fighting elders.
Okay. I mean, given the choice between column 3 and column 4, I mean, you need column 3 anyway, because you want to do row 2 also. You need that goal for both.
Absolutely.
So at this point, it might just come down to do the elders pose some trouble for the draft rig, and can Monty find enough normal types, as well, of course, the Kadabra and the Golem. Because all things considered, this is actually a pretty optimal route, I would say. Not having to catch a lot of random Pokemon, and the Pokemon that you do have to catch, for the most part, have cooperated so far. This is
For Monty?
Yeah.
I agree.
Monty is doing a really, really fast route. Will definitely sub 120 unless some really insane RNG happens. And anything sub 120 is an incredible time.
Yeah, that'll only be the second sub 120 of the race, actually, or of the tournament.
I had a little bit of optimism that he might even be able to sub 110, but not anymore with how trolled
Yeah.
Gabba was.
You know, I mean, he had a really solid route, but you know, you have to find the things to enact that route. Interesting. The Cypress just went straight up the middle of Route 39, so I guess he fought that tough guy or sailor or whatever that's down right below, right above Olivine.
Now, interesting. The Cypress looks like he's fly skipping.
I mean, that makes sense. He knows he's behind.
Yeah.
So he could go all the way to Chuck, but I don't. In his mind, that may not benefit him.
Yeah.
As it would be to just enact your path.
Yeah, if he can figure out a path that doesn't require it, then all the more power to him.
You know what they say, right? Winners skip fly.
Never skip. Yeah, true.
No, winners skip fly.
Oh, winners skip fly. That's also true.
As soon as they skip fly, they stop being winners, though. Oh, Mountebank stream's frozen again.
So, based on what Cypress has, I don't know if Cypress has dexed the Teddy Ursa yet. It might be what he's looking for right now, actually. I can't imagine what else would be on Route 37. But it looks like he's going for row 1, column 1, probably row 5, probably, I guess, row 2, column 3? But no, he would also have the diagonal for free. And yeah, Cypress is going for the Teddy Ursa. What is Cypress's route?
Well, it's probably TLBR, for sure.
Yeah, TLBR, column 1, row 1. Those are almost certain.
And then maybe call 3?
At this point, I think Cypress needs to find a way to skip 9th floor of Tin Tower. It's just too lengthy of a goal.
Yeah, maybe row 5. I don't know. I don't know if he has the Golem right on info.
He does. It was on one of the National Park trainers.
Okay. Well, then he can do row 5 then.
Yeah, row 5, and then I guess if he has money, he can do column 4.
Yeah, but with the fact that he skipped the whole gym, I doubt he has the money for it.
Yeah, that is the significant caveat. Oftentimes, even if you do all the gyms and then some extra trainers, it can be very hard.
Monty, his stream was having issues when that happened. I guess I can go ahead and just reveal that, since we should already know.
Now, Cypress did actually defeat the 8 trainers on the Lighthouse, so that does give Cypress a little bit of extra money.
The shiny was a Gloom.
Cypress getting trolled by another 10%. Is this floor the 9th floor of Tin Tower?
Yes, it has the stairs on it. No, it's the 9th.
Okay, my mistake. Guess I don't know the layout of this warp maze quite as well as I thought.
They need to complete 5 bingos, either vertically, diagonally, or horizontally. As you can see, Mountebank currently has 2 bingos. He has column 3 in top left to bottom right. He's soon to actually have row 2, so after that he would just need 2 additional bingos. You don't necessarily have to clear out the whole board. You can complete a Cinco Bingo in as little as 16 pulls. And they don't necessarily have to complete any other secondary objective after they get 5 bingos. They just need to use the item in their pack known as the Done button. Okay, so right now I would reckon that Monty's trying to get the Furcadabra. Or was it the Ho? No, he has the Ho.
Yeah,
probably Furcadabra. Okay. So then after that, what is his path? Maybe row 5 and...
Row 1. Row 5, row 1.
Are you sure it's row 1?
I don't see anything better unless he
has a lot of money, which call 4 would be better. But... I don't know. Depends on how much money he has, I guess. If he has money, it's call 4. If he doesn't have money, it's row 1.
Cypress has completed his side of the shiny quest, so...
This is absurd how many times he's been looking.
Yeah, it's pretty bad RNG. So now the real question is Cypress going to the top floor of Tin Tower? The answer seems to be no. I completely agree with this play. Instead, Cypress is... I'm not entirely sure what Cypress is doing. Guess doing some shopping. Meanwhile, Monty finally finds the Dabra. And yeah, we look at Cypress's money. He's under 10,000. He will never get game corners.
Yeah, I don't really know what it is. Like sometimes you just have like such an excess, and sometimes you don't. It's not even always dependent on items. I don't know. Depends on how many trainer goals are on the card, really. But if you don't get Amulet Coin, like it's just so difficult.
It looks like Monty's dexing a ghost type. Dark Cave, which is doable. Just have to hope.
Now, Kevin, you said you had a race with Mountebank the other day, right?
Yes.
Was he informed about how Dexterity Beep works?
He was informed.
Okay, so he'll probably know to check the dex, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. It's not in this room. Okay, so he has to go to the... Okay, Gengar is in this room, though.
But then he sees the Mischievous, which is in an even better position.
Yeah, Route 33 is really good.
Because
a lot of newer players may confuse that with Union Cave, because they picked the worst way to represent that, actually.
Yeah.
Like, it's so close to Union.
Since it's pretty easy to be like, oh, I'm already here, it's what, ground slots, but you also have to remember that in places such as Dark Cave, Union Cave, there's also water slots, so you could be looking for a 10% in the ground or the water, and it's not even there. And we saw how long it took to find the 10% Kadabra, and Monty knew it was in the grass by process of elimination.
That was so fast.
And yeah. But yeah, wow.
Oh no, he crit it!
Monty did find a ghost. But I'm actually curious as to why he's getting the ghost. Perhaps, I guess he's going for column 1.
Yeah, I don't know. But that hurt to watch. Mantine was in Whirl Islands, right?
Yeah, Manton was in Whirl Islands. So basically completely unobtainable.
That was so unfortunate that he crit that, but... Oh dear. Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time running away from Electrode. Okay, it shows up again with very little issue. Now here's the thing, he has to go back to Dark Cave anyway for Golem.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate situation. And in the worst case scenario, he might have to even go through Blackthorn.
Yeah, he does not have enough money for Game Corner folks at all. He's at 18,000.
Depending on how many normals, he might even just do row 1 and column 1 and skip the... Although I can't imagine that you would want to. It looks like he dexed the Golem. It was in the first room.
You know, I don't want to jinx him, but Cypress is kind of clawing this back a little bit.
A little bit.
He's completed quite a bit for not being able to fly anywhere.
He finds the Kadabra immediately, so actually even before the Ho-Oh, which could be a problem, because that might significantly incentivize him to do 9th floor of Tin Tower. But at this point, I mean, it does get you... It gets you 2 bingos, so I think it's gotta be on his path.
And if he gets a ghost type, it's 3.
Yeah, he just got a normal.
And actually, so that would actually put Cypress at 4 bingos.
Actually, yeah. If Cypress... Yeah, I got spoiled a bit, but Cypress just got his 7th normal type. And we saw Cypress in Ruins of Elf. Didn't Cypress open up 2 chambers?
If he did, and he did not mark it, that is on him. At this point, it's not a info hiding. It's he forgot to mark it.
Yeah, if he did, then that's what, row 1, row 2, column 3, or the diagonal, and column 1. So depends on if he can get the ghost type. And we see Monty just ran from a normal type, so Monty's definitely going for the 8 trainers in Lighthouse.
Cypress knows it's here, but he hasn't seen all 3 water slots yet, so he doesn't know. I believe it was Bayleaf, Arcanine, and something else. Maybe Jinx?
Honestly, I can't see why Cypress is going for the Wild Ho-Oh, though.
Definitely can't agree either. I don't know, maybe battling a 60 is very dangerous.
True, but you can just save beforehand, and even at full HP, it's a 1 in 3 chance to get in the ball. Those are pretty good odds.
Alright, he's seen all 3 of the water slots, I believe. Actually, he may not have seen Bayleaf. God, I'm watching the face cam, and Cypress is very, very nervous. This is a very intense match, I don't blame him. So after Monty does 8 turns on 35, or 8 turns in Lighthouse, he literally just has to dump money, right?
Yeah, no money, and he's done. Which, at this point, I mean, 8 trainers on 30, or 8 trainers in Lighthouse is almost certainly faster than the Sage's 9th floor Tin Tower, so I don't think there's a way for Cypress to claw this back. Especially after hitting that optional.
Yeah, the face palm on this man after that. So unfortunate. It was a very strange way for Cypress to go.
But I mean, now we're seeing the problems of not.
Oh right, he doesn't have fly. It just that didn't occur to me just a minute ago.
Yeah, so Cypress has lost a decent amount of time at this point to slightly inoptimal movement and just not having fly. Because if he wants to do 9th floor Tin Tower, he also has to bike all the way back, which is like another minute.
Not to mention doing puzzles or opening chambers.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going for a Mischievous right now.
Which
it's probably the 20%.
Yeah, we find the Mischievous, so that is that.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, because he has Ho-Oh. Sorry, I'm spoiling a little bit. But yeah, he does have the Ho-Oh, and he can open a chamber with that.
Ah, true. I still think buying the Water Stone would have been faster, though.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna minimize that category. The stream's been good for a while now.
But yeah, at this point, Cypress is done with 9th floor Tin Tower.
Oh, I say that and Mountebank freezes.
Well, Chambers in 9th floor Tin Tower. Cypress is going to do the Chambers now. But unfortunately, it is just not going to be faster than Lighthouse trainers and no money. But still, this was a surprisingly fast cleanup for Cypress. Not having fly. And I think that if Cypress had routed slightly better, Cypress could have won this if he had routed his movement.
Yeah, and another thing to mention, regardless of the outcome, you know, looking at where the races are now and what they need to finish, I am very confident this will be the fastest finish of 2 players in the tournament so far.
Cypress will finish in like 7 minutes at most.
Yeah. Yeah, the other one was me versus Furious Magic, where I got a 119 and he got a 130. So this is definitely a lot closer than that was.
Monty is almost done with the trainers in Lighthouse, and as I'm saying, he ticks it off, so now he just needs to run out of money.
And all Cypress needs is to catch Pokemon on 9th floor of 10, so yeah, just a little short. I don't want to say that optional cost him, 'cause I don't believe it did.
No, I think his big problem was he needed to do Tin Tower as soon as he did the shiny. Then just go buy the Water Stone, then go down to Azalea. Since I think what he did, I think he went through Union Cave for Ruins of Elf twice, and he definitely did like 2 or 3 loops around the map. If he had cut that down to 1, he might have won.
Oh, he's got enough money ending in 25. It's really good.
Oh yeah, he doesn't even need to wipe for that.
There you go. Yeah, just buy some for 400. There's nothing in there for 500, bud.
The convenient thing about this shop is you can actually buy mail for increments of 50.
Oh,
And you can sell them for increments of 25.
Oh, great. I'm gonna have Mountebank show me 0 money because the stream froze. Okay. I'm gonna invite him in here.
Yeah, and we see no money. So with that, Monty does in fact finish with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 18 seconds.
Yeah, when he gets there, I just want to confirm that he did indeed have 0 money.
He did show it. He did.
Oh, he did? Okay, okay, cool. Very good.
So, just barely missing the sub 120, but still a very good racing.
Congratulations, Mountebank.
I got lucky, but thanks. I did not deserve that one.
What mistake do you think you made?
You think there's only one?
It's just, in order of most crucial to least crucial, I guess.
Well, not catching Fanpy for one, when I saw it early. Not remembering that Golem was in Dark Cave along with the ghosts. And going to the wrong place. Probably could have done my catches in a different order too, given that Furret appeared where I didn't expect it to appear and Kadabra was trolling the heck out of me.
Yeah, I mean, we were actually kind of praising the decision to skip Vampy for a while because there wasn't any info for a decent amount of time. So, and Cypress actually didn't get an encounter on Route 31. So it was very well hidden, actually. He still does not know where that Vampy is. He ended up catching Teddy Ursa on Route 37.
Oh, yeah, Teddy Ursa appeared later. Like, I mean, sure, you hide info, but it's that early in the game, and there's just so much info remaining to get. So, like, for all you know, you could have just missed out on a 10% slot, and you're gonna just get trolled looking for it again.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. I think, unless it's like a really, really crucial goal, it's just not worth skipping. And this card just, like, didn't really have... This card, like, eventually almost all of the paths ended up opening up, but it wasn't clear, like, which goals were the critical ones here yet.
Yeah.
So it's not really any reason I should have to skip it.
At this point, I think Cypress had just as fast of a cleanup, so it really, I think, mostly came down to you were finishing Chuck when Cypress was finishing Morty, and Cypress ended up fly skipping because he felt he was too far behind.
Oh, fly skip is really tough. I've never seen it be worth it.
Cypress,
I mean, he's about to climb Centaur and get his ninth.
It was actually really close. I think Cypress could have actually beaten you barely if, but Cypress had made a few mistakes in routing the Lilith movement, so it was very close.
You basically need teleport, and even then you have to route it really well.
Yeah, and didn't help. He also hit an optional or two along the way, but he just in general, like, from the moment I did kind of call, how the race would go, because you ended up with a male giraffe and he ended up with a female giraffe. And you ended up with the ground HP, and he ended up with an HP that he taught over immediately.
Yeah, ground HP was, like, definitely some luck I did not deserve. I wasn't sure if it was ground or grass at first, but then it showed up.
Yeah, you guys built two very, very different draft rigs. You had that HP ground, and then he ended up sketching Thrash, while you ended up sketching Rock Slide for the Ho-Oh, which was very, very convenient, because that was giving you a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and something I was actually curious is you taught Headbutt over a Drill Peck.
Yeah, you don't need Drill Peck, and Headbutt flinches and it's stronger.
Yeah. I was actually definitely debating, okay, what's the optimal path? It's really hard to say. Because I was considering, maybe we sacrifice the accuracy reducing move. But it ended up you needed the accuracy reducing move. I was thinking, okay, we can do row 1, have even better coverage on the giraffe, and make up the time from not doing row 1 by having better coverage. But then we got Kadabra info, etc. So,
normal move, water move is perfect coverage in this game.
And Cypress has finished with a time of 1:25:30, so that is actually our closest race of the tournament so far, and our best race actually of both two finishers.
So Cypress definitely played the cleanup way better than I did.
Let's go ahead and get him in here.
We just see the stream lagging a little bit behind. Cypress still has to catch the knock towel on our end. But that should be plenty low enough, and there we have it. So, welcome Cypress, and unfortunately, you did take second, but still, a pretty respectable time of 1:25. So what were your thoughts going into this and building the giraffe rig? Because that was basically the biggest difference between your guys' routes is how you guys built your giraffe rigs.
Sure. So, I mean, I had a female giraffe rig, so that was already not the greatest situation that I was put in. But I just saw Thrash and had Sketch, so I'm just like, you know what? This is what's gonna happen.
So a big point of debate between us was your decision to get rid of hidden power actually and keep wing attack. So
yeah, I didn't know what the hidden power was, and I'm like, I'm going to teach over it anyways eventually, so.
perhaps it didn't end up mattering too much. Maybe the coverage could have helped.
Yes,
Make,
yeah,
a 2-hit KO, a 1-hit KO at some point, but
true.
it can be definitely hard to narrow that down.
So at what point did you decide that you were going to be skipping Fly, and what was the reason for that?
I decided to skip Fly when Monty marked shiny Pokemon, because I just didn't feel like I had enough time to go get Fly, because I had just entered Olivine, I think, and all of the Poke goals were in very, very clumped together. It was 34, 33, and 37 were all 5 of the Poke goals that I was looking for.
Right, no, it definitely made sense, and we were saying, I think right before you came in here, if you had routed exactly where you were going a little bit better,
Yeah.
and avoided the optional, this could have actually been a very, very tight, by a couple seconds race.
Yes, I hit 2 optionals that I wasn't intending to, and then I got super flustered the first time that I went to the Ruins of Elf. I went to the Flash room when I actually wanted to go to the Waterstone room, so.
Yeah, I thought that. I was pretty sure you went to Ruins of Elf twice, which unfortunately
did.
cost a bit of time.
Yeah.
But regardless, like I said, this was actually our best and closest race so far. And I think you both have very promising futures in the tournament. Do you have any last minute comments on the card, the ROM?
It wasn't great. I also didn't even look at the Game Corner pokes, but maybe that would have been. If you have the log open, I'm curious if that would have changed anything.
Did you look at the Game Corner books, Monty?
Nope.
I don't think Monty even picked up the coin case.
Let me see if I can get
Coin
that
case is out of the
information
way. And Game Corner Pokemon was in a really bad spot on the card.
I picked up Game Corner pokes because I had the Golem info, but I didn't look at the Golem info, so that probably would have changed
speaking of
things.
info, actually, Cypress, you did Right Twin and ended up finding a Wartortle. Did that
I
play
found-
into your,
I found the Wartortle, but I also found the Mischievous. Yes. So yes, both of them made it more likely that I would use it, and I was super happy about it. But I never found Skarmory, and Mantine was in Whirl Islands, so it was whatever.
No. That's not happening. I'm not
Exactly.
fighting Price.
Yeah. Also, I didn't have any Hitmon info items, so.
We had
Yeah,
Tyrogue.
right,
sure.
Tyrogue. So a question for you, Monty. So when you were cleaning up, you had column 3 and you had the diagonal. What was your plan with regards to, say, either row 1 or column 1? Were you ever tempted to do row 1 instead?
I don't like 7 normal types because I'm awful at catching things.
Fair enough.
I tend to favor battle goals or long goals that tend to be consistent in how long they take.
I can definitely agree with that. 7 normal types. I mean, it's if you don't run into the normal types early on, it can just be oh, okay, Eradicate's on this route, and then it's but it's a 10%, and it's just equivalent of finding several Pokemon goals in one goal. So yeah.
I actually overcaught for normal types. By the time I checked to see if I got 7, I actually had 8, and then the poke that I caught on the 9th, 4th, 10 was a 9th. So
Nice.
Yeah, so tomorrow, we do have a couple matches scheduled. NJ versus Bad News at 8 to 2 Eastern. Cypress has another match against Diego Armando at 4 p.m. That will actually be multicasted to not the Decided channel here yet, but it will also be streamed on SpeedGaming Espanol. Pokemon Fan Night this time versus Athena. So that's pretty much all we have for tomorrow. Mountebank, I don't think you have another match scheduled yet. So I was going to say when you were going to appear next, but it doesn't look like that's quite decided yet. There's still plenty of time though, so no rush. We only just started a couple days ago. But yeah, with that was a really fantastic race to watch. I had a little bit of tech issues, but the quality of the decision making and the back and forth was really made it fun to watch regardless. So with that, I guess we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you for the next match we do.
Yeah, I've been Captain F6, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.